I'll move over, Swanson. I'm driving.
Wow!
Hey, Square! My thing is bigger than your whole boat!
Welcome back to the Caddyshack Minute. This is the podcast where we discuss and analyze and awkwardly woo the film Caddyshack 1 minute at a time. I am Tom Taylor, and I am joined as always by Mike DeMaria.
My uncle says you got a screw loose.
And his uncle, Dan Lewis.
Hello.
Hello, Dan.
That's all I have to say.
Fair enough. Dan molests collies. We are here to discuss minute 51 of Caddyshack, and minute 51 begins with Webb offering Lacey Underall a summons, and it ends with Ty putting salt on his hand.
It's like we're getting too much of this. Begins with Ty and ends with Ty.
There's a lot of Ty. It's like all Ty and Lacey in a room.
Yeah, this scene goes on forever, actually.
Well, it is the romance of the ages, so we need to spend some time on it and see where it came from.
There's no reason for this romance in the movie. It doesn't serve any purpose. There's no, in whatever loose plot there actually is, this doesn't serve it in any way.
You could take it out. You could take it out, and the house will still stand.
Right.
Well, this reminds
it is
me,
not a load-bearing relationship.
My friend Anjali, who Mike knows, she loves the movie Snow Dogs, or what is the fucking movie where it's the dogs that they have to leave in the North Pole because it gets a blizzard. It's a Disney movie.
It's with Cuba Gooding Jr.
I don't think that's it.
Snow Dogs.
No. But that they had to leave.
By and the Snow Dog.
They had to leave the dogs there. But my friend liked the dogs, but didn't like any of the people, because they tried to put all these subplots involving the relationships of the people. But she's a person who relates more to the dogs, and so I remember as a gift for her one year, I was a video editor at the time, and so I created a version of the movie that just cut out all of those scenes completely.
Oh, nice!
And I feel like it would be fun to do a version maybe for Mike especially, or for any of us, where we just cut Chevy out.
Yeah,
just cut him out of the movie completely. And it's about an hour and 10 minutes long, and there's no Chevy Chase. Maybe cut the gopher out for you, Mike, or Tom.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, please.
You don't like the gopher.
No, I do not like the gopher. Mm-hmm. If you have to have like Bill Murray standing there like he's crossing the Delaware, just talking to himself, and you know nothing about a gopher, that's fine with me. That'll work.
And I could, and for me, you would just cut out every scene except for the boobs, ones with the boobs in them.
Oh, of Lacey.
No, well, not just Lacey, but the girl in the pool.
You cut out every moment of Caddyshack except for the boobs?
Yeah, right. But then you just have like an online video that lasts 30 seconds.
It really is about 30 seconds.
No, it wouldn't be like an online video, it'd be like a GIF.
Just a GIF that runs on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's a movie.
It'd be a 2-second GIF.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Caddyshack. Again and again and again.
Caddyshack the way Dan sees it.
I mean, I sound terrible having said that, but I was...
you just want the woods porn version.
I was only half not kidding there, guys.
Right. You're half not kidding, half joking.
Right.
Yeah, so we got bookends of Ty. So this will be a good spot for a Bob Einstein joke.
Oh, yeah, right.
We just need you to knock on the door and tell a joke.
Yeah, if Bob Einstein came in right there and told the joke instead of us having to watch Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase is about to, put the moves on Lacey. Oh, there's somebody at the door. Why, it's Bob Einstein. What you doing? I just came to tell a joke.
If Arafat and Rabin could break bread together, then I could eat in this anti-Semitic shithole.
Yeah, right.
I can have chicken in this. I can have chicken in this anti-Semitic shithole.
Oh, that's great.
Funkhauser might be the best name. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the phone lines. We got a caller. Frankie from Maryland. You're on the air. Welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Frankie. How's it going?
Hello? Good. Thanks for having me. I noticed a lot of anti-Chevy sentiment on the show.
Yeah, I'd say you heard right.
I just don't get what the beef with him is. He's a very funny man. Like his ad-libs are very funny. The physical work, it's the best physical work in the movie. It's him and Bill Murray are showcasing two very different styles of physical comedy. It's a comedy showcase. You got every kind of humor in the film, and I think that's what makes it so great.
Oh, well, you feel that we've knocked Chevy too hard for his role
wanting to
in the
cut
movie.
him out of the movie, I think, is a little.
Did we just say
Overboard?
that? Did we just say we should cut him out of the movie completely? Every single
They gave him a
mention of
show,
him?
and then they took it away after 2 weeks or something.
That
10
tells you
days or
something.
Well,
something.
and then they brought him back on Community, and he was excellent until the writers stopped using him properly.
Oh, all right. Right. So
And he had a pilot, so he had a pilot starring him as an old man, which doesn't happen much for comedians. He had to come back on Community. He had Fletch lives, Spies Like Us. He's had an amazing career. I get why you might not like him at the top, and he is an asshole in real life. So it's kind of hard to like him on screen.
That helps.
He's a monster, but he's a funny monster.
yeah.
You know, who
I-
you know who I'll take over him? I'll take Ted Danson over him.
Sure.
For some
I
reason,
love Ted Danson.
I kind of feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
in the
Ted Danson's funny.
Yeah, I could see that. It's kind of see as the two of them are kind of similar in a sense, without the physical comedy. But I'll take Ted Danson.
Right.
Ted Danson
Did you
was
like-
in he was in Creepshow.
He also carried Cheers by being the least funny person in the ensemble on the show.
Right.
He was the
you can't say
anchor.
that about Chevy Chase.
No. No, I'm actually trying to think of any. He doesn't really do any physical comedy in Caddyshack, does he, Chevy Chase?
Chevy,
Hey.
yeah, I mean, in this very minute when he's playing with the Perrier bottles, that's all
Well,
classic. It's all
guess so.
subtle, physical, and like when he pops the lid off, that's a physical bit he does, and he really showcases that in Fletch. Dan Harmon used that skill specifically. Like they wrote a credit tag for her Community where it's just Chevy playing with a soft serve machine. It's really dumb, but it's like 30 seconds of brilliant, small, physical, like almost clowning. It's great.
He does have, and I have to say, is an amazing. He's obviously a great physical comedian. Everybody remembers the President Ford that he played on Saturday Night Live, but he also he used to do that thing where he cuts his voice out like the microphone is broken.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever tried to do that? That's impossible.
It's hard, man. I think that's what he's great at is like reserved, subtle stuff, and it often comes off as aloof because he's kind of a jackass. But I think there's a lot of big characters in the movie. Like you have Rodney Dangerfield, who's being enormous every scene he's in. Even Bill Murray's stuff is quiet and then builds to hugeness, and Chevy brings sort of tempers things out as far as the kinds of comedy that are in it, I think.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're getting a new take on Chevy Chase here.
Hey, we're open to new ideas.
All right, we'll give you that.
that's
He's got that physical comedy. So without Chevy Chase in this movie, we have no Carrot Top later in life.
Without Chevy Chase, you'd have no Carrot Top.
Hey, Carrot Top sells out Vegas.
I know that
Nightly
makes no sense.
for years.
You know what it is? It's like Carrot Top and Dane Cook are the two comedians that I have no I don't. Okay, I can understand Carrot Top to a sense. All right, to a point. Okay, yeah, I get it. Dane Cook, there's no reason why anybody would. There's zero reason to anybody that would go and listen to that.
All right. Frankie, are you a
think
comic?
so? And
Frankie?
he fucking blew it out. Yeah, I am.
You're a
I'm
comic.
going to open mic here in Chevy Chase, Maryland.
I see. And you're from Chevy Chase, Maryland. What are your thoughts on these comics who are? I know there's a big there's a sort of idea that like these people are jackasses and terrible, but they're obviously successful. So are you one of the people that knocks those types of comics, or like never knocks comics who are successful?
I mean, you could knock him for being a douchebag, but or like for example, the fucking guy with the Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. What's his name? The ventriloquist guy. What the hell is his name?
Oh, is it the new
shit.
ventriloquist?
No, he's like super. Well, anyway, he's a racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
Who's like a blue. So like he's a dick, and his
Caller-
comedy's like fucked up and racist. So
The
he's
caller
always
just
stupid.
the caller's starting to
But
work
he's successful.
blue.
Yeah.
Caller's working
worked
blue
up.
all of a sudden.
He's obviously
It worked out.
did not listen to the call screener at all, but that's
Yeah.
fine. We're gonna let it roll.
Oh, am I not supposed to curse on this?
Yeah. That's all right.
Oh shit!
gonna
Nobody
be
told
all
me.
right.
We might get a deal with ABC, so we're gonna.
I'm looking at
the.
I'm looking at the guys in. I'm looking at the guys in the booth right now, and they're giving this the
Wrap
cut
it up.
Yeah.
the wrap
Nate?
it up sign. So
Okay, well, look, leave Chevy in the movie because if you take him out, you're gonna screw up the balance of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta, you bring up the point that you keep saying that Chevy Chase himself is kind of an asshole and a jerk and notoriously just a dick. That it is, he's not the only one who it's very hard to like divorce your knowledge of their real life persona from their work. And, like if there's somebody you know is a jerk, like U2 has a couple of good songs that I can actually enjoy,
go ahead.
but I cannot enjoy them because those guys are such douchebags.
I see.
Like
right.
I cannot get past them to get to their music, even if I wanted to, which I'm not going to strain myself to do.
You can't separate it like you can Wagner or.
Right, I don't know
Lenny
enough about
Riefenstahl.
Wagner. Yeah,
I'm just saying, people. This is widely applauded work. That's all I'm saying.
For me, I can
Right.
separate an artist short of heinous crimes. That's when I have trouble
Okay.
watching their old shows.
I
Like,
take it
I
back.
cannot watch Lenny Riefenstahl's sitcom, no matter how funny it was.
Yeah, right.
and it's questionably funny. A lot of people say it wasn't even that funny.
Well, it was shot well, but it
It
didn't.
looked
Oh,
beautiful.
it didn't
Oh
have
my
a-
god!
Beautiful visually. but-
Yeah, right.
I think that distracted from the comedy.
I can't do that. All right.
All right, well, I gotta go run the mic.
Thanks for
Oh
calling.
well, thank you for calling. This
Thanks
was
for having me, guys.
helpful.
Chevy Chase rules! Chevy Chase!
no, cut him off. Cut him off.
Cut him off.
Get him out
All
of
right.
here.
Get rid of him. It's always good to have a dissenting opinion once in a while.
Sure.
We can get into something of an echo chamber here.
Yeah, we hear from our public, and they set us straight, possibly, or prove themselves to be fools. I don't know which. We'll have to
Yeah.
keep watching and see.
And if you feel like maybe we're going off track, feel free to call in to all the listeners out there.
Yeah, call the hotline.
Good luck finding the number. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, hey, if you care enough,
You'll
we'll
find
find the number, and then that's how you get on.
Right.
It's like you
could
got
guess
to,
it.
yeah. Well, to find the number, you got to go out one of those like Hollywood like scavenger hunts, like that William H. Macy has at his house or something like that. Like
Right.
roving charades or something, whatever the hell they do. That's
Yeah.
how you're going to find the number. Go on some sort of a scavenger hunt of some sort. We'll place the numbers around town. What
Yeah.
town? We're not going to tell you. You figure it out.
That's part of the scavenger hunt, finding out what town.
Right.
Chevy Chase is playing the piano, the electric piano.
Yeah. I
And
think that's a Hammond or perhaps a
honey glazed Hammond.
Wurlitzer.
Oh.
Yeah. Hard to tell.
Okay, I'll just be upfront and honest. You guys will not be surprised to hear that I don't get the whole. I don't know how to do the tequila thing. Like there's the salt and there's the lemon, and the shots of tequila. And is there like some sort of process that's supposed to happen here? Some sort of
You lick the salt. You lick the salt. You drink the drink. You suck the lemon or the lime.
She does
whatever
it
the hell is.
correctly.
Yeah.
And that's all to accentuate the flavor or something, or what? Or is it?
Well, so you take the shot. Yeah, the salt helps adds to the taste, right? But then when you drink a shot of tequila, it's going to have a kick to it. So that's when you bite down on the lemon. It's pretty self-explanatory, Tom.
Yeah, I don't understand
Not
what
really.
the
I don't
know.
understand.
I'm not understanding.
It seems very complicated. But every drink that I've ever had, you
No,
drink
it's not
it, and that's all.
complicated.
And
It's
whatever
not
flavor you're
complicated.
supposed
You
to
take a shot,
experience
you
is there
take
in
a
the
shot,
drink.
You take a shot, and it has a big, huge kick. So that's when you bite down on the lime or the lemon.
See, that's not self-explanatory. What does the lime or the lemon actually do for the kick? What does it do? God damn it!
It's just for flavor. I don't think it takes away the kick. You're not going to take that away.
All right.
If you're, I mean, this is something that's done with cheap tequila, which is what they've got. What have they got? A bottle of Jose Cuervo there. Tequilas are they're a very huge number of them, and they can get quite expensive. And you wouldn't dream of messing it all up with a bunch of salt and lemon.
I guess not.
No, I'm telling you, you wouldn't.
All right.
You don't get to say.
This isn't Sammy Hagar's tequila.
Right. So, you know what? I prefer David Lee Ross tequila over Sammy Hagar's.
This is blue agave is tequila that he makes in Cabo Wabo.
Yeah, Cabo Wabo.
Cabo
The dumbest thing ever.
Wabo.
I'll go on record right now. I hated the Sammy Hagar Van Halen.
Oh my God,
worst.
it's horrible.
Just horrible.
No, there is only
Every single
one
song
Neil
has
Van
love
Halen.
in the title.
Yeah.
What about love? What's this thing love? Is there love? Let's do love. Let's do the Blue Angels while
Go
there's
love
love.
yourself.
No, that's what dreams are made of, or that's what dreams are
made
for, or that's what dreams are for. No, David Lee Roth was talking about easing the seat back, reach
Yeah.
down between my legs.
He didn't feel tardy.
No, no, he was about Diamond Dave was about the cheap thrill.
Yeah.
There was
But
nothing about love.
it was an authentic cheap thrill.
Yeah, you felt like Diamond Dave meant it, you know?
He was a bit of a rock and roll star.
Yeah, the Sammy Hagar bullshit.
Yeah. Baloney.
Yeah, that's
you know
the
what?
worst.
I bet he can drive 55. He just doesn't want to. Punk.
All right, Tom.
Sorry.
But either way, okay. Yeah.
Have
I
you
don't know
guys
how-
seen the video of Van Halen when they're one of the techs got the guitar out of tune, or
Oh yeah.
that, or the keyboard is shifted?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
it was-
greatest
it's-
thing of all time.
It's on this
What
reunion
happened?
tour with David Lee Roth. It's a train wreck because Eddie's playing his guitar and it's completely like a whole octave off. Like
Not
something
even
is
an
just,
octave. It's not even a step. It's like a half step. Like there's no way you can adjust for it by like.
oh yeah.
For instance, you could just play one fret higher. It's like in between. You can see him. You can hear that he's bending the notes, trying to get them right.
Oh my God.
And it's brutal, and it's so great because there's this huge, pomp and circumstance around it, like they're making a big show of it, but it's all fucked up. It sounds like some like high school band trying to get it right that can't. It's so great, and I think doesn't he come out bouncing around on that giant microphone like that bouncy ball?
Oh my
yeah,
God.
David Lee Roth does. Yeah, he's like
And they're all on tune.
yeah, he's like riding this. He's like humping this big inflatable microphone.
And it changes the way it feels. If they're in tune and he's doing that, it sort of works.
It's glorious if it's ever in tune.
The whole thing breaks down when they.
This is in their
they're in-
heyday?
No, this is like a couple of years ago.
Oh God.
Yeah, wasn't that
Oh, that's
long ago.
horrifying.
But I'll
We'll
tell
have
you
to
what,
post
if-
that to the listeners.
I'll tell you what, if they're in tune and lead singer's riding a big inflatable microphone between his legs, that's the 80s, man. It's like you're
Right.
young again. It's like you're young again, starting over.
Right.
You know? I'm debt free. I haven't made bad decisions yet. I'm just sitting at home eating steakums.
That guy's riding a bouncy microphone, and I'm
Look
eating
at that, huh?
steakums. God's in his
Yeah.
heaven. All's right with the world.
Yeah,
Mike's tired.
telling you. Yeah.
We're stretching Mike to the limit, week after week here.
Yeah, he's not going to make it to the end, I don't think.
Well, this travel's killing me, but I love it. But it's killing me.
You do love it, don't you?
Yeah, but I need some time I need to recoup.
Sure.
I need to get my essence back.
So you said you were in the office today. They don't give you like a day off or something after you're
I did. It was
traveling?
yesterday.
Oh,
It
okay.
was yesterday. I'm tired, Tom.
I
I'm
understand.
tired, but I'm here, so let's do this thing.
All right.
And it's Chevy Chase too. It's really got me down. The caller tried to change things up, but oh,
He just
I
didn't
don't know.
convince you.
These are
No.
tough minutes because there's
caller came on, started using that language.
that offended you.
Yeah, he
Salty language,
He
yeah.
started using salty language, some like sailor type shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I think that you should. I don't say this to depress you, but instead to perhaps you could gird your loins for the rest of it, because there's going to be more Chevy. The next minute Chevy Chase, and I believe the minute after that, it's kind of a long scene.
Yeah.
A weirdly
Yeah.
long scene, given the
Weirdly long and
guy
weird, like
winning a scholarship to college scene is about 30 seconds long.
30 seconds.
Right.
The guy wins the equivalent of like 100K
yeah.
Yeah.
to get through college, and that they
Barely
could do
notice.
that. They could do that in a 30-second montage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this, I think the understanding is that their entire sequence here is all improvised, and it has the sense that they were there for hours and hours and hours and hours, and this is like the best stuff they could pluck out of whatever they shot.
Right.
and it's awkward. It's a little strange and a little sluggish. This is where you get up and get a fudgesicle from the fridge, from the freezer.
Yeah, you're not
You
wrong.
might need to like eat it standing in front of the refrigerator, and then you come back.
And then you come back with another one. That's a pro move right there. Pro tip: have one snack in front of the fridge, and bring one back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And to those in the other room, you only had one snack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
I
it,
see you got a
yeah.
fudgesicle.
Oh, do you want one? We only had one more.
I don't know what happened to it.
I don't know what happened to all those steakums. I could have sworn I had more steakums.
Yeah. And then your friend finds the extra stick that's left over from the
Yeah.
fudgesicle in the kitchen.
Still damp.
There was 2.
Damp and sticky. It's my autobiography.
Damp and sticky. A boy's life.
Yeah.
He makes up a song in this minute.
Yeah, he's born to love you.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. You're right. I'm sorry.
He
I'm
does
very
not,
sorry.
and I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't
these
know.
are,
You know, like we said before, some of the people haven't seen this movie yet. They're watching minute by minute with us.
but you know what though? These scenes are all melding together.
They do. They are.
They're like, it's just all in some. It's all like a bowl of soup. There's no boundaries. It's just all in the bowl together.
Oh, I was supposed to
Yeah.
eat a bowl of soup this episode. Remember last time I said I was going to eat a bowl
Well,
of
you
soup?
Oh yeah. Where was your soup?
I have no soup.
You blew it.
I came to the podcast having eaten.
I haven't eaten yet, so let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their
There's some
yeah.
lemons. There's some lemons and some salt if you'd like them.
That is one of those. Yeah, I did that when I was younger. You know, certainly but I only did it. I'm with you, Tom. I don't know that there's a real good reason for it. I did it because I know that you're supposed to do that with the lemons and the salt, but I never really did it and thought, oh well, that's a wonderful combination, like chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah. It strikes me as something that people do for display. Like, oh, I'm one of those people who learned how to do the thing with the tequila. And so now I'm going to display that I know how to do that, when really all I should be doing is just enjoying a beverage.
Yeah.
It seems a little ostentatious to me.
I feel like the difference between regular tequila and good tequila is larger than that same difference with almost any other liquor, because if you had a good tequila, you would not want to befoul it with this lemon and salt. You want to just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's very nice, and you're right. So I think it's all just for show.
You think there's not that same distance between the best scotch and a real shitty well scotch?
I don't. Yeah, I guess you're right, but I just mean that I enjoy all of those things. Like I don't even like kind of shitty tequila just doesn't. I have no interest in that. Whereas an average well scotch, like maybe even a blended kind of well scotch, I very happily enjoy that.
All right, I got what you're saying.
I think it tastes good.
Well, because tequila's just not your thing.
Well, no, I mean I do love it.
Oh, you do like
That's
tequila.
all I'm saying. I very, very much like it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I never
I don't
took
know
you
that I've
as
ever
the-
had tequila.
Yeah, I've never taken you as this. I just equate tequila with spring break
Yeah.
and jackassness.
Yeah, I don't do that kind of thing. But, just a sip, at a nice, if you're at a restaurant that has some good tequilas, maybe have a little sip, Not like,
sampler.
oh, let's have 12 of them and then go, let's beer pong and do this. I'm not going to do any of that crap.
Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not a big alcohol drinker to begin with, and I don't do it for the taste. I'm not a good wine is one thing, but I'm not like, oh, let's have a whiskey tasting. I just don't find the pleasure in tasting, alcohols. If you're going to do it, you do it for a purpose.
Sure.
To get my problems and to forget my insecurities.
Yeah, it's medicine. It's medicine.
Yeah.
You don't sit there for hours deciding whether you get the grape or original flavored NyQuil.
No,
Yeah,
you don't.
You do it
Although
to
Mike is
forget.
discerning with his Tums, he'll have a...
I like the smoothies.
I'm walking out now so I need to refill the wine a little bit, guys. This
there you
talk
go.
has me...
We
Don't
got
mind
you
me.
thinking about your wine.
Just heading into the
While you do
kitchen.
that, I'm going to talk about Charlene Tilton from Dallas, because I'm realizing that Lacey's blouse is reminding me of Charlene Tilton from Dallas, who I had early boy feelings about as a kid watching Dallas.
Right.
I think about this maybe not daily, but maybe weekly. The first sort of sexual image I remember seeing on like there was overtly like sex is happening on TV. This is the extent of sex happening on TV in 1979 or something.
Right.
Charlene Tilton from Dallas. I don't even know what her character name was or anything. I don't know what was going on, but she was standing there and she was like seducing a guy, and like who was in her apartment or whatever. And she takes off her dress, and so you see her. Like a headshot, like her head and shoulders. You see the dress come off her shoulders, and they cut to her feet, and you see the dress pool around her feet. And as a kid, I'm like, that can mean only one thing.
Yeah.
That means that she's no longer she's no longer wearing a dress. She's naked in front of that guy.
There somewhere.
Yeah, and that was all it took. And my mind was off and running.
Oh my gosh!
It was an old filmmaker's technique. Yeah.
Yeah. The old Fleischmann's Gambit.
I'll tell you right now. What Dan's doing right now goes against every rule of podcasting.
It really does, Dan. I'm offended.
Is that bad? Oh.
Yeah, if you're listening to that podcasting for dummies, the isolation of sound. You're just walking around, clinking glasses, and doing all that. Mm-hmm. I don't mind it. I'm just telling you right now, I don't mind it. But there's a lot of podcasters that or podcast aficionados that may be. Filling up the listener's hole right now as we speak.
It depends on what school you come from.
And let him know.
I'm very much in the, I strive for verisimilitude where possible with podcasting. I like it to get the sounds of everyday life in there, like
ordering a pizza, wrestling with a dog,
and snoring and
swallowing,
masticating. Exactly. Chronically.
In order.
I'm a chronic masticator, always have been.
You don't go a day without masticating, do you,
no,
pervert?
I don't.
You're a sick fuck.
No, you're not wrong.
Most times I've ever masticated in a day, Tom?
Yeah.
100,000.
Yeah, that's including
raw as a red beet.
That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a few snacks in between.
It is. All right, I'm sorry, Mike. It's over now. I was just refilling the wine just a little bit. I do this on Tuesday evenings, which is when I like to have a spot of wine.
I hate it when you guys fight.
Why don't you just take a piece of sourdough bread and stick it in your mouth and chew on it till all the saliva gets soaked up, and then just call an ambulance because I'll be on the floor just having fits.
Right. Dear Chicago, there's a guy somewhere on your floor.
Having a conniption fit.
You heard a guy swallow.
Yeah.
He can't take it anymore.
Oh, my God.
I know.
I have nothing to say about this minute.
No,
it's starting to freak me out.
That's why we're talking about this shit.
All right.
I know I'm not in
Dallas. Things are in trouble when you're bringing up Dallas.
Dallas was exciting as a kid.
No, it wasn't.
I knew I wasn't supposed to be watching it, but it was exciting. Well, the Charlene Tilton took her clothes off in front of my very eyes.
Yeah, well, sort of.
Whatever, Tom.
Oh, you know what? I take that whole thing back. That wasn't the first. Charlie's Angels, of course, was like the first show where I was like, oh.
You did have the Farrah Fawcett poster on your wall, didn't you? We talked about?
That was Lonnie Anderson from WKRP.
That's right.
Thank you, Dan.
You had Johnny Fever, too.
I had Johnny Fever, just a chaperone. Make sure nothing went untowardly.
And Les Nessman.
Yeah, Les Nessman was in the closet, keeping an eye on things from there.
Right.
Yeah, but there was there was a commercial. Like Charlie's Angels was on when I was like a little kid, and it was like I couldn't stay up to watch it, and it was on past my bedtime. And there was a commercial where you see, I think it's Farrah Fawcett and I think Kate Jackson are like interrogating this guy. He's like this kind of like scummy looking guy, and they're like, "No, let's get this straight. You'll tell us what we want to know if we take our clothes off." And that line was in the commercial, and I went to bed that night and just stared at the ceiling. I was like, I can't. Right now, my cousin's watching Charlie's Angels. It's the one where they said they're going to take their clothes off. I can't believe it. I can't believe they're actually going to take their clothes off on Charlie's Angels. Is incredible. And I asked him about it the next day. He's like, no, they shot him or something. They didn't take their clothes off. I'm like, no, really?
Oh,
so I learned a lot of lessons that day.
We're sorry, Tom.
TV lies to you sometimes.
It really
it's misleading.
Does.
So
Hello, angels.
So do people.
Hello, angels.
My formative thing might have been the Gilligan's Island.
Oh, sure.
Marianne just was big for me. Marianne, and then I kind of I was always a big fan of Jo from Facts of Life.
Oh my God, me too. She was awesome.
That was attractive to me, Jo.
Yeah. That was what was depressing on that show was when it went. That's the show that lasted like maybe 3 or 4 years longer than it should have. Mm-hmm. Because by the end, I wasn't even watching it anymore. But I caught like an episode, and Jo looked exactly like the rest of them. She had like the done hair and like the shoulder pads and stuff. It was really. I'm like, what's going on? What happened? This is horrible.
And the suggestion there being that she had been straightened out in boarding school.
Yeah,
so the rough
right.
edges were like part of her bad upbringing. But when a girl gets her head right, then she becomes more feminine.
Yeah,
that was the suggestion. Terrible.
She used to go out on Halloween as Peter Fonda, but now she's just a lady.
She assimilated.
She did.
Yeah,
like God, that's tragic.
Like the Native Americans did. They had to do when if they wanted to go to school with the the settlers.
That's right.
Had to cut their hair and put on their clothes and just look miserable.
Yeah. Well,
it's exactly like Facts of Life.
Well,
that's what the Indians used to say. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Right.
The facts of life.
Was that an Alan?
Bad stuff would happen sometimes.
Am I going to be able to talk during this whole thing? I was sitting here trying to get a goddamn word in edgewise.
You're very soft-spoken today, Mike.
You can't just, you're a bit like Mr. Magoo trying to get your words in here. Do it.
The floor recognizes Mike DiMaria.
Fuck both of you. The hell with this minute. The hell with this show.
Well, what did you want to say? We want to hear what you have to say.
I don't remember. I have no idea anymore. I have no idea.
Aww.
You don't even know.
Darn it.
It was more like... It's less like Mike has anything to say, and more like he wants to know that if he did have something to say, he would be able to say it.
Right.
It's sort of like Eric Idle in Life of Brian. He doesn't... He wants to be called Loretta, and he wants the right to have babies. He can't have babies, but as long as he knows he has the right to have babies, that's all that matters.
That's pretty profound.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what.
I think so too.
I'll tell you what. I'm to this podcast unlike Chevy Chase is to Caddyshack. If you'd make your little video with me out of the podcast, the whole goddamn house of podcast comes down.
I wouldn't listen.
I wouldn't listen either. Nobody would listen with a fucking brain in their head.
That's true. You're load-bearing, Mike.
I'm a load-bearing member of this crew.
That's
like
right.
A beast of burden.
That's why when you fell asleep, we were almost panicked because
we freaked out.
Ceiling caved in.
Yeah, you fell asleep, and all we got out of it was about 20 minutes of absolute gold.
That was the price we paid.
Right.
Well, the focus was still on me. That's what made it fun, hilarious.
That's right.
That's true. Well, yeah. I mean, if there's nothing to say, I mean, it's Chevy Chase. He's doing this thing. They're really building up to a scene that, frankly, is not all that. I mean, as the sex scenes go in this movie, it does no great shakes.
Yeah.
There's not much going on here.
Well,
it's too bad.
As Chevy comes down the slide, you can see like a little nude-colored bathing suit.
Now wait a minute. I think you're skipping ahead. I think that's the wrong minute, isn't it?
See,
that's next minute.
I'm really fucking tired. And
you're really tired.
I'm really tired, and I'm starting to get loopy.
Yeah, you get a little loopy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Usually, when people are tired, they lag behind. They don't skip ahead.
I can't put sentences together. I can't interject in conversations.
Let's use this.
Right.
I didn't mean to snap it. I haven't apologized. I didn't mean to snap at everybody.
No, I don't think you should apologize.
Come on.
I think
it's all right.
Well,
you big teddy bear.
Because I'm not up to par. I can't interject. I'm so.
Hey, if you're not up to par, it's because you're traveling the earth trying to make it a better place.
I'm trying.
There's nothing to apologize for. God damn it!
It's not working, but I'm trying.
I support it, Mike. I support what you do.
You don't win the battle just once.
Yeah.
Well, how's your New Year's resolutions working out, Mike?
I think I stopped a while ago. I gave it a shot.
You're not taking notes anymore?
No more notes. God, no.
Oh, God, no.
Jesus.
No more notes.
No,
what was the over-under on episodes there? I don't know who won that bet.
I don't know.
All right. I don't know if we ever formalized it.
Yeah.
We had a bet going. Tom, you have not yet watched Bad Lieutenant Port of Call New Orleans since our last episode?
No,
You haven't?
still. Sorry to say. I had all that time between episodes.
For all I know, by the time you watch it, it won't have held up. So you have to hurry up and watch it before it doesn't hold up anymore.
I do need to. It's hard to find time to just sit down and actually watch a movie.
It is
You can
tough.
fit a
The
TV
only
show in every
reason-
once in a while, but
The only reason I had time to... I've lived in my apartment for a little over 2 years. I've sat and just idly watched a movie like twice. And the only reason I had... My mom was in town visiting, and I had set up a whole night where we would just hang out and eat pizza and watch a couple movies. I watched Taken with Pelham 1, 2, 3, which she had seen before, and she was very excited to see it again.
well, there you go.
Then we started watching Stripes. That's how cool my
nice.
mom is.
Yeah.
And we
bad.
both fell asleep in front of Stripes.
Eh.
Not
It's
as
happened.
lively as I remember it being.
No. I do all my movie watching on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
There you
So
go.
I catch up.
That's a great place to watch movies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't get the big screen, but every movie seems great.
Yeah, because you're starving for entertainment.
It's a treat.
I think you add about 1.5 stars to every movie
Yeah.
on a plane.
Yeah, you just love the movies that you're not going to pay to go see in the movies, but when they're on
Right.
a plane, you're like, oh yeah, this is one that I kind of want to see, but
Yeah. I never did watch Mighty Joe Young. Let's watch it.
I did get to watch. I watched Spotlight.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
That is a terrific movie, I think.
Terrific movie.
Wait, what is that? I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's
great.
the movie. It's the movie about the Boston Globe uncovering the.
Oh, sure.
yeah.
I didn't see
I
that.
think it won Best Picture.
Yeah, I think it did too.
Yeah, just like
But then-
Caddyshack.
But then my last two trips
Yeah.
have both had Step Brothers on the.
That's not
So
bad.
that's
love that.
fantastic. I love that
that is
movie.
a great
yeah.
one. You know whose actor I love in that movie is the father,
Yeah, the dad.
Oh, he's incredible.
and he's in so many. He
Richard.
plays so many great parts. Flirting with Disaster.
Do you know what
Yes.
do you know? He's in Spotlight. Did you know that?
Oh, is he?
He's the guy on the phone, the author, the ex-priest, who wrote the book about. I'm so God blessed tired.
You're really
But
tired.
he's the ex-priest author who they keep calling up to get
Oh,
information on. He was the guy that ran like one of the treatment centers.
Right.
So it's his voice.
Richard Jenkins.
Yeah,
That's his
it's
name.
his
He's
voice
awesome.
as the author that he keeps calling the reporters keep calling him for background information.
I love that guy.
But my favorite part of that of Step Brothers is when John C. Reilly's talking about he's talking about Mary Steenburgen. He's like, well, what if she just comes up and grabs me by the ball sack and one of my and he's listening to him while he's watching. He goes, shut the fuck up.
It's so good.
Oh,
When he puts
what's
his
the
balls on the drum set?
Yeah.
He's in oh shit, what's that movie?
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, for God's sake. No. Yes, he is. And he's incredible, and I love that movie.
That's a great
But
movie.
he's in it's a oh my God, come on. Marky Mark's in it, Dustin Hoffman. It's the guy. It's
The guy.
holy Jesus. It's the Huckabees guy. It's you know
yeah.
what I'm talking about? David
David O. Russell.
Oh, yes.
And that's
It's
Flirting
his
with
movie.
Disaster, too. So he's in multiple David O. Russells, you're saying?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, he plays a dad. What the fuck movie is it? I love that movie. It's really good.
I don't know.
Oh my God! But it's all about like existential, like Dustin Hoffman and Lily Tomlin are like
Huckabees
existential.
is what you're saying.
Oh no, I know what he's talking about. It's
You're talking about I Heart Huckabees.
No, we're mixing them all up.
I gotta get to bed.
Yeah. This,
Oh, shit.
This is
Anyway,
a bunch of
he's in that,
bullshit right
and it's
now.
great.
this whole minute just that call.
Yeah.
Why would anyone
the
want
call,
to listen to this?
yeah,
I
that,
apologize to everybody.
that caller's salty language just threw me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just stop taking phone calls.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
It's shitty.
Or get
No.
better call screeners, Jerry.
I think you're thinking
looking
about
at you.
I Heart Huckabees, though. So I don't know what you're saying.
It's not I Heard Huckabees.
All right.
It's Jesus Christ.
The Hucklebuck.
It's got everybody in it, and it's got I'm gonna look at. I can't end the episode until we look up what this stupid thing is.
All right, look it up on Google. That's
You're telling me
David
that I Heart Huckabees, which has
Russell.
Lily Tomlin and Dustin Hoffman and Richard Jenkins, and is directed by David O. Russell, is not the movie you're talking about?
That is what I am saying.
And Mark Wahlberg's in it too?
Is it I Heart Huckabees?
I mean, Tom,
It can't be I Heart.
There's a famous
you know
sketch
what?
by Kids in the Hall here where the guy goes, there's two guys they're in a diner, and he goes, "Oh, I saw the best movie last night." And he goes, "What was it about?" And he says, "Oh, it's the rich guy."
Psycho.
And he's, he drops the thing and he says Rosebud, and he's looking for, and the guy says, "It's Citizen Kane."
Citizen Kane.
No, that's
Citizen
not it.
Kane. He stabs him.
Citizen Kane.
He stabs him with a knife.
Yeah.
I apologize to everybody.
You
Call him Mortician.
Yeah, Tom just did that with I Heard Huckabees.
It's true.
He did the same thing.
It's I Heart Huckabees.
It is I Heard Huckabees.
I totally remember those being two different
Slip
movies.
my mind.
My mind. I just feel sick about the whole thing. You're the king of empty promises. You know that?
Would you rent a movie? You enter into a sacred trust. I saw them live on their first
sick of-
American tour.
Oh, did you the first time around?
Yeah, in Boston.
That is
It was pretty
great.
awesome. The best thing they did, it was incredible. You know, they have the Huckubus, manservant Huckubus,
Yeah,
and
right.
Simon Milligan.
Yes,
You know, and
Milligan.
this is like 1990, I don't know, 3 or 4 or whatever. But they're just like standing there, like, doing a question and answer thing, and Simon Milligan's like, "So Huckubus, I was thinking of going to see the film Presumed Innocent." And Huckubus goes, "Yes, master.
wife
His
did it."
wife killed her."
It's like, but Huckubus, I haven't seen
Huckubus,
that
I've not
movie
yet seen the movie. Like, the movie had literally come out like a week earlier when they did that live. It was really
that
awesome.
is great. Do not avoid the hounds of hell. Do not avoid the beast of brimstone. Do not avoid the puppies of purgatory.
That was an incredible show.
All right.
All
What's
right.
the-
On that
what's
note,
the- what's the-
we entered a high note.
No, but wait. What's the kid's name that if my head was made of
Gavin.
veal? How much? Gavin.
Gavin.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a big bike race.
This kid at school, he smokes.
Therefore, I should paint your chair.
Oh, you guys, if you haven't seen Kids in the Hall, you got to watch all of it. I say this to the
All of it
listeners
right
in the
now.
listeners' hole.
It'll take many days of munching and snacking. Nom, nom, nom.
A couple of those guys were at Sketchfest, as they are every year in San Francisco,
awesome.
which I was in, and I got to go to a couple. You get into all these parties and things that if you're a performer in the thing, and I was just dying to like run into. It would be great if like I happened to be at the bar and Bruce McCullough was there or something. I would be totally.
Yeah.
I'm not one to get starstruck, but those guys were like my heroes growing up, And it was like a big deal for me. And the only person I saw was Lorraine Newman, and I didn't talk to her.
I would have talked to Lorraine
Well, I
Newman.
didn't have a chance to,
No, of course.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna watch some Kids in the Hall before falling asleep tonight.
Yeah.
Do that. That
Go
sounds
watch it.
dreamy.
Go watch it.
That'll be great.
All right, then.
Yeah, I think everyone
So-
should do that. I think all our listeners should
Yeah.
turn this off right now because we're done. I'm calling it. And they should go watch some Kids in the Hall and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's the beginning of your work day. Just get to work. Close your door. Watch some Kids in the Hall and take a little nap at your desk.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
The Eradicator.
Eradicator.
Oh, Wednesday is no good for the Eradicator. Okay.
We could do this all
Okay,
night
Pookie.
long. Okay, Pookie.
It is
All
your
right.
right.
Yeah, wrap it up, Tom. The reason it doesn't
Everyone?
get wrapped up is because you don't do it. You don't
All
wrap
right,
it
you're
up.
right. I'm not good at
Munching and
this.
snacking.
Yeah. Hey, Mike
Okay,
and I
we
are just
talked-
going to keep doing lines from Kids in the Hall until you
Okay.
wrap it up.
We talked about minute 51 of Caddyshack as best as we could. They didn't give us much to work with. So we started talking about Kids in the Hall. And we'll probably still be talking about Kids in the Hall when
Son
you
of
come
Flying
back
Pig.
next time.
The Cincinnati Kid.
Us talk about Caddyshack
Toronto
minute 52
The Toronto
Here.
Kid.
on the Caddyshack minute.
Straight out of me, and I'm to your plate.
Hey, you scratched my ankle.